Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AIMAN HAIKAL and today I will be presenting to you about my individual mobile application app, which is Clean Slate. Welcome to Clean Slate, your personal companion for breaking bad habits and building a better future. Inspired by James Clear's best-selling book, Atomic Habits, Clean Slate is designed to help you track your progress, stay motivated, and transform your life one day at a time. As we all know, we all have habits that we like to change, whether it is smoking, overeating, procrastinating. These habits can feel overwhelming and hard to break, leaving us frustrated and defeated. The problem is very clear. Without a way to track our progress and stay motivated, it is easy to fall back into these old patterns. In Atomic Habit, which is I have a copy of James Clear's book, Atomic Habit. James Clear, in this book, he emphasizes the power of small, consistent changes and the impact they can have in our lives. He introduced the concept of habit tracking as a powerful tool to visualize progress and stay accountable. This is where Clean Slate comes in. Our app, Clean Slate, is designed to help you break free from bad habits and build new positive ones. The objective of Clean Slate is simple yet powerful. Firstly, we aim to provide an easy and effective way to track out your habit streaks, helping you stay accountable and motivated. Secondly, we offer daily motivational quotes to inspire you and keep your spirits high throughout your whole journey. And lastly, we provide a journaling feature where you can document your journey, reflect on your progresses, and also gain insight into your behavior. So, by simply combining these three features, Clean Slate aims to be more than just an app. It is a partner in your journey to self-improvement. Inspired by principle of Atomic Habit written by James Clear, we believe that small consistent actions can lead to significant transformation. So, let's see how this app works. Now for the app demonstration. Here I have myself the application running on my phone. So upon opening the app, the user will be greeted with the landing page. User can click on the sign up button to create an account. In order to create an account, user must fill in the details, which are the username, the email, and the password. Note that the password length must be 6 characters and above. If not, an alert message will pop up. For example, I will create an account right now. Filling out my email and the password. If I put 3-length password, the system will not register my account and it will pop up the password must be 6 characters long. So I must follow the rules. Okay, once I've done fill out the information, an email verification link will be sent to me based on the email address, and a pop-up message will appear to redirect the user to the login page. So here in the login page, for every new user, they must verify their email addresses first before entering the app. So let's go to my email inbox to verify my address. Here I have the notification and just follow the link through. Okay, now once my email has been verified, I can simply log into the account. So in order to log in, I must re-enter my email and the password. So now we have successfully created an account and logged in into the app. When the user log in, they will be greeted with the home page. Here it will show the username as well as the profile picture. This right here is the default profile picture for every new user, and user can view and change their profile setting in the profile page. To go there, user must click on the profile icon at the navigation bar. Next, click on the edit profile button, and here user can change their username, they can change their profile picture by uploading picture from their device gallery. So if I click the upload photo, it will open my gallery and put a new picture. Once uploaded, it will display in the profile setting page. On top of that, user can also set their goal motive. This is to remind us on the reason why I'm doing this journey. So I will put this, I want to be a better person. Once done making the changes, user need to click on the Save Changes button to finalize their edit. A pop-up confirmation will appear indicating that the changes has been saved. And if I click OK, it will redirect me to the home page with the new updated data. So, in the home page, if the user click on the Clean Slate logo on the top left of the corner, it will redirect me to the About Us page. Here, it will display all information about Clean Slate. I need to scroll down and click on the Start Now button to get back to the home page. In addition, at the home page, there's also a motivational quote section where it changes every time we change screen. This is to give us motivation throughout our journey. The home page also displays some information about our streaks counter. As right now, we don't have any active streaks running. So it will display, please add new counter with the timer being 0000. So let's add some. To add a streak counter, user must click on the clock icon at the navigation bar and it will redirect me to the add counter page. Here, user must enter the streak title. So let's say I want to use this app to help me to quit smoking. The title should be smoking. Once enter the title, I must click the add button. Once click the add button, alert pop-up will says that will notify me saying that if I already have an active counter, this action will override it. So from here, user can either cancel or confirm. So right now I would like to confirm. Once I click the confirm button, another pop-up will appear saying that your timer has been saved. So if I click OK, it will redirect me to the home page and display the new counter. So right now it will show I have stopped smoking for 0 days. Now we can see that we currently have an active counter. User can click on the counter to view more information about the counter. So if I click it, it will bring me to the counter page. Here it will show the current streaks, how many days have passed since we started the counter, and how many reset they got, and the average streaks. User can also delete their counter or reset it. So for the deletion, I just simply click the delete counter and a confirmation message will appear. User can either cancel or confirm this action. So if I click confirm, it will reset the counter. So back to the home page, it will display that please add new counter with the timer being 0. So to further illustrate this feature, let's change account that have some data. In order to change account, we must log out from this account. To log out, simply go to the profile page and click on the log out button. A confirmation message will pop up asking the user, are you sure that you want to log out? So we can click the confirm button to log out. Whenever we log out, we will bring back to the landing page. So let's sign in into another account. If a user forgot their password, they can go to the reset page and enter the email to reset their password. So click on the reset. Forgot your password, click here to reset and enter the email address of the account that you want to change the password of. Okay, and click the reset button. A message will appear saying that a reset password link has been sent to your email address. And also we can click to go back to the login page. here our password is not resetted first. We must follow the email at the link that has been sent to our email to reset our password. Now let's go to my inbox. As you can see, we have received an email to reset our password. Just follow through the email link and we can reset our password here and click save. Now our password has been changed. Let's go back to the app and log in into our account. And enter the new password that we just reset. Click login. Okay, now we are back into the home page. Here, as you can see, this user is currently have a streak of 65 days. If we click on the counter, it will go to the counter page and display all the data about this counter. So apparently this user has started this app 370 days before, and it has to reset and the average streaks of 185 days. So we can reset the counter and click the reset counter, and a pop-up will ask us if we want to really reset the counter, and we need to click confirm. If we click confirm, the counter will be set to 0 days, and when we click it, it will update the data saying that the reset has gone up to 3 and the average streak has going down by 123.3 days. So the final feature of this app is the journal feature. To go there, you can easily click on the journal icon at the navigation bar, and here they can add new journal or view their past journal entries. In addition to that, on the top left of the screen, it also displays the counter title and date which the counter first started. So apparently this counter has been started on July 4th, 2023. To add a new journal, user simply enter the title and start writing the journal. And click on the add button. A pop-up will appear saying that your journal has been added. So if you go back to the journal page, we can see the newly added journal in the journal history. So to view our past journal, user just simply click on the journal title in the journal history section. For example, my second day 2. If I click on it, it will redirect me to the view journal page, where it will display the journal title, the date that the journal has been created, and the journal itself. So that is the 3 main features in this app. So that is all for the app demonstration. We can simply log out and back to the landing page. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so now I will be explaining to you about my coding block. So this app was made possible by using Thunkable. So for the first account creation process, I used Firebase to create an account. Here, when the user click on the sign up button, it will read the email and the password from the text input and send it to the Firebase coding block. And the Firebase coding block will update it into the system and create the account. But in the same time, I also create a few variables here. So as you can see, we have variable index, username, email, and password. These variables are set to the based on the text input from the user, and it will store it into the Google Sheet. So here I will use 2 databases. One is for Firebase authentication, and the other one is to store data in general, which is the Google Sheet. As you can see in the Google Sheet here, for Sheet 1, it will save all the information about the user. So in the account creation, I will only save the username, email, and password. later down the line or the coding, I will save the table sheet 1 will also save the user motive goal, the profile photo, the start time, timer time, days, new start time, reset, average, and day since. Don't worry, I will get into this later. So moving on to the login page. In the login page, when the user click on the login button, it will also read the text input from the user, which is the email and password, and send it to the Firebase coding block. The Firebase coding block will do some authentication to make sure that the user credentials are correct. If correct, it will navigate us to the home screen. But before we navigate to the home screen, remember the index variable that are created in the create account page. It will also be set to the value in which that the data in Google Sheet 1 of the index data. So for example, if I enter the AIMAN HAIKAL, which is the first AIMAN HAIKAL 00572 email, the variable index is set to 1 because it will find in list of value Clean Slate in sheet 1 in email. It will find the first occurrence item based on the text input. So it will go through my spreadsheet and find the email that matches the user text input and set the index based on the Google Sheet index. So why I use this? I use this because later down the line of coding, let's say I want to edit my user profile, I will simply refer to the variable index as it is aligned in the Google Sheet. So if the users put in the wrong email or password, it will display an alert message accordingly. Next, in the reset page, is quite simple. It will read the user text input, which is the email address, and send the data to the Firebase coding block. Here, the Firebase will send an email reset password link to the email address, and the user can reset it from there. Next, if the user successfully log in, it will navigate us to the home screen. Here in the home screen, I declare some new variable, which is the variable reset and the variable home screen details. I would like to mention that in the home screen and throughout the whole app, we also have the navigation bar. So here is how the navigation bar works. For example, if I click the journal icon, it will navigate to the journal page and so on. So for the variable home screen details, I set it as an object, so it will get raw object from my spreadsheet, which is Clean Slate in sheet 1 based on the index variable that has been set in the login page, so that all the data will be set in this home screen details variable, so that I can easily display or get the property of object of that object. So for example, I want to set the app variable reset, meaning that I want to get the data from the database, which is this column, the J column. It will read the reset data and set it to the app variable reset. Why I do this? Because as we know, in the app, the user need to know how many reset they have done, so that whenever they click the reset button, it will update the data. So by using this variable, it become more easy. Next, in the home screen, there's also a few labels, and all of this label we get their value from the database, which is the home screen details object. So for the quotes, in the quote section, as I mentioned in the app demonstration, it will changes every time we switch the screen, because this code block set variable quote text label is generated whenever the home screen opens. So whenever the home screen opens, all of the data will run again. So here it will get value from my spreadsheet, which is Clean Slate in sheet 3. So if we go to the sheet 3, here is the list of motivational quotes that can be set. So if I want to add more motivational quote, I can go to the spreadsheet and add it here. And I want to delete a motivational quote, I can come here and delete it straight from the database. So how does it display? It display by randomizing random integer from 1 to 100. So that is for the home screen. Moving on to the profile page. In the profile page, it will also read out the data from the app variable home screen details because we set it in the home page to get the entire row and create it as an object. So if I want to display the data, I just simply type in get property of object and the database name. For example, username, email, reason, and photo URL. And going to the database in sheet 1, I will simply type in this column in order to get the data from that column. So when the profile page, we want to say that if the photo URL property is equal to 0, meaning the length of property is 0, set the profile picture to the if it's not 0, meaning that the user have uploaded the data. So if the user uploaded the data because the data is uploaded in Cloudinary in URL form, it will display the data. If not, meaning that the data is equal to 0, it will display the default profile feature as I mentioned in the app demonstration. So in the profile page, there is also a logout button where user can simply click and the Firebase will sign up us and navigate us to the landing page. So in the profile page, aka the edit profile page, here user can modify or edit their details directly in the database. So for example, if when the profile page opens, it will display all the data of the user. And also when the user click the upload button, it will open the user device photo library and upload it to Cloudinary, which is another software tool that Tankable uses, where user can upload their photo into Cloudinary, and Cloudinary will create an URL link and save it. So this code explains that it will take photo from the library, upload it to the Cloudinary, and get the URL and save it and set the profile picture. So, but this doesn't save it into the database yet. In order to save the database, once the user click upload button, they need to click the button save, or also known as the save changes button. So if before it save to the or update their value in the database, it will run a few conditions first. For example, if the text input from the user username is not equal to null, meaning that the user has typed in something in the text input, then it will update. If not, it will not update. Okay. Same goes to the user motif. If the user did not type anything, meaning the text input is 0, it will not update the data. Only if when the user type in something, then it will update the value. So how does the system update value? Here in the coding block, it will update value in Clean Slate, meaning the name of the database, in sheet 1 and which column that they want. So for the row ID, since we have set the variable index in the login page, it can easily update the value, meaning it will target the user that entered the system. So it can update the data easily. Once once all these changes has been saved, it will call an alert message to notify the user that the changes have been saved and will navigate us to the home screen. Okay, now moving on to the journal page. Here in journal page, I declare a few variables. Firstly, we have the journal details, journal reference, journal email, date, title, description, and compare email. Notice that the journal email, date, title, and description are referenced to the sheet 2 in the database, as you can see here. This is because, as you can see in the database, is that it doesn't only save the data of journal for one user, but it saves the data of journal for all of the user who uses the app, and it will reference by their email. So as you can see here, user AIMAN HAIKAL 0057, it have multiple entries of data, and so as well as the other user. So the problem here is, whenever we want to display the journal history, we only want to display the journal data of the user that entered the system. We don't want to display the journal data from other user. So in order to do that, we must filter the data first. So how do we do this? So in order to filter the data, I create another database which is named filtered journal, where in the coding block, it will get value from Clean Slate, which is sheet 1, an email to get the journal reference, meaning the user email, so that we can reference it in the journal table, so that we can get all the journal that the user that log into the system. So all of the variable is set to an empty list, meaning that it will get all the data in that column and store it into this variable. So whenever the journal page opens, it will delete all rows in filtered journal. Here, this database. Whenever the journal page is open, it will clear this database, and it will do a loop counting from 1 to length of variable journal title, meaning the length of let's say in this database I have 33 data, then it will loop 33 times. So for each loop, it will compare the email, where it will get the email, set the compared email to the journal email. It will take data from top to bottom in the journal email list. So here it will get meaning it will get index 1 and set it to the compared email. If the compared email is the same to the variable journal ref, as we stated, journal ref is decided from the add variable index in sheet 1. So if these two data matches, it will create row in filtered journal and add the value based on the number of I, or the index. Therefore, it will display all the data of that user in the journal history. So journal data from other user will not be visible in this table. As you can see here, AIMAN HAIKAL 00572, it will only display the journal data for that user only. This process resets every time the journal page is opens. So whenever the user want to add a new journal, it will easily get into the filtered journal page. Next, the Tankable also uses data viewer list. So it will get row of object in filtered journal, meaning here it will create all of this data and made it into this data viewer list. So if the user clicks on the journal title or journal details, it will navigate us to the journal page. So in this journal page 1, meaning view journal page, it will display all of the information of journal in that row. So for example, if I click this my first journal, it will display only that data from that row. So that is for the journal page and how does it works. Next, we have the add counter page. From in the navigation bar, user can click the clock icon to go to the add counter page. Here, it has few variable, which is date now and counter title. So whenever the user click on the add counter page, it will read the text input from the user and set it the add variable counter title to the text input. Then it will update the data in the database. For example, here in database 1, so here one user can only have one active counter rounding because all of them sits in one row. So here the username, email, password. So over here we have the timer title. So that's why whenever the user clicks the add counter button, before anything, a message alert will pop up saying that to alert the user, saying that if they already have an active counter running, this process will override it because it will update the value. So it will also get for the variable date now, it will get the current date, for example the year, month and the day of the month, and store it into the add variable date now. Later on, it will also update the value in the Clean Slate sheet 1 start time. So when the user done at a counter, it will navigate back to the home screen where it will display the counter info. Okay, whenever the user click on the counter label, it will redirect us to the counter info page. Here in the counter info page, I initialize a few variable, which is the average, variable day sejak, or in English day since, and variable how many resets, which is berapa reset. So this variable will be set based on the data in the database. So it will read the data first and set based on the data in the database. But whenever the user click on reset button, it will pop up an alert notification message to ask the user to confirm their action. If the user click yes, then it will update the value in Clean Slate sheet 1 in reset column. For row ID at variable index, it will get the reset and +1, meaning that the reset counter has gone up by 1. And also it will update the value new start time based on the current date that the user click on reset. So the streaks counter is counted not by the first initial start time, but it is counted based on the new start time. For example, in row 1, AIMAN HAIKAL 0057, here the start time is 4th of July 2023, and it will calculate how many days since that time. So here in day 6, it's been 370 days since the 4th of July 2023. But in this app, it will show the streaks counter based on the new start time. So the new start time is decided whenever the user click the reset button. So when the user click the reset button, it will update the new start time, and the streaks will be counted based on that date. So here, the new start time is 8th of July 2024, which is 0 days has passed since that date. So the reset number has been got up, and the average streaks will be counted here. So for the calculation of days since and the days, I uses the Google spreadsheet function. So to calculate how many days since the start time, we use the array formula, which it will get the value from I column, and it will compare to the today's date and store it into H column. Similarly to the days since, I use the array formula, which is the date div. It will get value from column F and compare it to the today div, and store the data in this column. So that is how the calculation for how many days is calculated. For the average, I also use the spreadsheet function, which is the average formula. Basically, it will get the data, and it will get how many days since, and divide it with the how many reset that it got. For example, in row 3, it has been 3 days since they started the counter, but it only has 2 times of reset. So the average streak is 0.5 days. So that is how the counter works. If the user wishes to click to delete a counter, they can simply click the button delete, and it will delete the data from the database and making the counter to 0. And lastly, the About Us page. Here, the About Us page is quite simple because it will only display all the information about about Clean Slate, and user can scroll down and click the button to navigate back to the home screen. So that is all about the coding blocks for the. Okay, so here's come the application deployment part. Unfortunately, publishing an app on Google Play is not free, regardless of the deployment platform that I use. In my case, I use Tankable, but as you can see on the screen, in order for me to publish my app to the App Store or Google's Play Store, I need to pay $38 per month to get access for this feature. On top of that, Google also charges a one-time registration fee of $25 to create a developer account, which is required to publish apps on the Google Play Store. Due to that reason, I cannot publish my app, although it is ready for publishment. Since I have the APK file, but I didn't have the developer account which are needed to publish the app. So, unfortunately, I cannot deploy this app to the public. So in conclusion, my app Clean Slate, which I developed using Thunkable and two databases, which are Firebase and Google Spreadsheet, is here to support you on your journey to break free from bad habits and build a healthier, more fulfilling life. Whether you are just starting out or have been working on your habits for a while, Clean Slate is designed to be your companion every step of the way. With easy habit tracking, daily motivational quotes, and personal journal, you have everything you need to achieve lasting change. So, that will conclude my video presentation. That is all from me, AIMAN HAIKAL. Thank you for watching this video.